All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another market and trade review for today, March 12th, 2024. If you're new here, welcome in. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. We make one of these every day after the market is closed to take a look at market conditions, how things are moving, different levels, and where things are going in the next few days. None of this is financial advice. Trade and paper account for educational purposes. And if you don't already have a Webull account, which is the exchange we use to trade on, you can use the link that is in the description of this video. Sign up for Webull with that referral code and deposit as little as $1. You can get up to $3 grand in free shares of stock. So pretty cool. Go check that out. Let's take a look at the market today. Another rough day in the trading for me. And I gotta pop these out here. Got that Invisalign and it's stabbing me in the lip. A rough day for me on the charts. Overtraded the SPY a little bit and missed the big move up today after CPI. We had a straddle going into today that was sold for about 20% profit. But then, the market turned sideways, the market turned around real quick at open and then right back up. And let's take a look at what that looked like. So, actually in the paper trading tomorrow, gotta slow it down, be more cautious and patient with the setups. And we're following sides though, so it's not huge losses, but it's much bigger than I'd like it to be. Let's take a look at the SPY. So on the 5-minute, let's switch to the 5-minute. Here's that reversal down here, right? And it's not a perfect reversal, but it was there. If we turn on our levels, right, we came down to this 511.55 level that we have, and that's where we tested the first candle and broke below, wicked off of it. So I thought we were going to continue to go, and we reversed right quick. I did catch a good short at the top here, coming down on the break of EMAs for about 70-some%. That was a good trade. And we took that, but we need to watch tomorrow. So even though CPI, which is the consumer price index, right, which is essentially inflation, came in above expectations by 0.1%, the market shook it off. And so we sold off real quick in the beginning, but then it got bought right back up. And they kind of shook it off. They didn't care. And it looked like they were going to treat it the way that the print came out, but got bought up. And we closed on the S&P 500 new all-time highs. And you can see that right here. Just shy of all-time highs. New all-time highs for a close, right? We did, not the new all-time highs ever, but for a close. The Dow catching up, and the NASDAQ also. Nice, strong, bullish day. Let's take a look at some other individual names that are worth noting. Google, this trade, we've talked about it for the last few days, playing out perfectly on the weekly in this channel. And we continue to come up. The daily, it looks even better. All right, just working our way up. And if we get above this 21 EMA, that's a launch pad for us, little volume shelf, up to the 140s. And we want about 143, which is gonna be the top of this big drop down that we had a few days back. We are just on the daily getting across in the MACD, and our RSI is into the 50s just about. So that looks pretty good for Google. I like it. Taking a look at NVIDIA and AMD, right, which both got big bounces. And I don't know how loud this music is because this is something I don't usually work with. We'll turn down just a little bit. NVIDIA sold off. Whoops, we don't need the news for NVIDIA. NVIDIA sold off to start the day and then ripped up from 861 all the way to 923. So big move, just shy from 861.40. So just shy of a $60 move. Pretty crazy for NVIDIA. Big day for sure. AMD, I really like on AMD the daily candle that it put in here, wicking off of the EMA, and a strong hammer candle right here. That is almost to the top of the previous. I would imagine that we gap up tomorrow, and after hours, we are trading at 204.33. We had closed at 202. So we went long 2075s on the paper account, and those were up 21% at the close. Taking a look at Netflix, or sorry, not Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Netflix is pissing me off lately because this stupid trend line here. And so we took the bounce off this trend line on Friday. We opened up red, and then yesterday was real red, and then today we wicked below it, and I sold for about a 40% loss on those. And then sure enough, we just pumped right back up to 611. We would have been about break even probably at that point. I'd imagine that we continue into tomorrow on that one. Bitcoin sold off today and wicked perfectly following this trend line that we drew in yesterday. All right, we talked about this, and this can come down just a little bit even. If we want to use candle wicks, it's perfect. If we want to use candle bodies, it's a wick perfect right below. Come on now, right in there, just about. Taking a look at that for Bitcoin. Like we've talked about, right? We flag up and then we consolidate for a little bit and then break up. Using the fib retracements, right? Until we really get something going like this, I don't see a retracement down to these levels until we break below this trend line that we've been putting in. And when we do come down to it, when we have, right, it tests it perfectly. Even when this hit all-time highs, nope, when we hit these highs here, it didn't quite. The previous wick did. That's interesting to note. So we'll see where we go. We want the top of the candle, though. We use wicks on these. Perfect. What is this music? Let me get rid of this. It's not quite what we usually run with here. Get us some pomage rolling. We're gonna get flagged. Yeah. This is a little bit more the mode. Anyways, so Coinbase announced that it's going to be selling some fiscal notes or something that earlier than they were available. I don't know. I didn't read into it too much, but they sold off a little bit on the news and they wicked back up. Bitcoin did have a big drop below 70K today, but only for a minute. And now we're back up above 71. So Coinbase, a little bit choppy in here. MicroStrategy, same story, recovered nicely throughout the end of the day. Tesla. Just still hanging out down here at this 170 to 190 range, right? And this just looks like a bear flag to me. I would love a break below 172 down to 162. I would love a Tesla short down to the 150s again, honestly. That's where I think it should go. If it wants to go below or to the 101 before the V-shaped recovery of 2023, then by all means, right? I'm here for it. Load up on the Tesla. We'll see where it goes from there. And I want to take a look at Boeing, which has had terrible news, is below these major support lines. And 176 is the next major support for Boeing. The whistleblower was found dead in the US just after he testified to the courts about the faulty parts. So there's that. Do with that what you will. And we are just crossing here on the MACD back over. The RSI is very, very low. We'll see where we go from here. I would love to get 176. We're short 180s for next week. Taking a look also at SMCI, which has been extremely volatile with NVIDIA, right? Probably going to see some new all-time highs there if NVIDIA continues. And Walmart, WMT, with new all-time highs ever today. Take a look at the monthly chart. Slow grind up for Walmart. Those profitable margins, right? Back in 2009, it was below $9 a share. Now we're trading at 62. So anyways, we'll see what really happens, what the Feds do. But they are betting on the rates to continue to be held where they are. And for that reason, things were up today. We will see if we get new all-time highs going into tomorrow. We're up in after hours, a whole, what is that, 30 cents, just about. So we'll see where things go. If you have any questions, you want to learn more, if you want to see like what I'm swing trading during the day, shoot me a message, get you in the group chat that we have going, and working this 10K that is now 8K account and get this up to see what we can do during these different market conditions. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And remember, if your goals and dreams don't scare you, probably not big enough. See you guys tomorrow.